Welcome back to the Crypto World channel, everyone. My name's Josh, and in this video, I'll be talking about the Bitcoin price, and I'll be giving you my exact price targets to where Bitcoin will be heading next. And yeah, a Bitcoin breakout is imminent. I'll show you exactly why that's the case. And in this video, I'll also be showing this Ethereum breakout that just happened, as I said it would in the last video that I posted on the channel. In the last video that I posted on the channel, I called out this inverse head and shoulders pattern, and I said that Ethereum and Bitcoin are both about to break to the upside, and so far Ethereum has had that breakout exactly as I said in the last video. So if you watched the last video all the way through, then you would be in profits right now. So yeah, just a reminder, it's worth spending just 10 minutes out of your day to watch these videos all the way through, because you don't want to miss any of the valuable information in these videos, just as this breakout happens right here. Now later in the video, I'll also be covering the Chainlink price and where I think Chainlink will be heading in the short term. And I also got a couple comments on my last video asking me to do some technical analysis on the Litecoin price. So towards the end of the video, I'll be sure to include Litecoin in this video. So if you like the sound of that, then make sure to smash a like on the video down below and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on if you're new to the channel. It only just takes a couple seconds of your time to just scroll down and click like and subscribe, but it helps out the channel immensely. And yeah, I just really appreciate all of the support that you guys have been giving me on the channel. I just can't thank you guys enough. But yeah, with all that being said, let's get straight into what this video is all about. So right here, we're on the Bitcoin US dollar chart on the 1 hour chart. And the video that I just posted yesterday on the channel, I showcased this inverse head and shoulders that was forming. And currently Bitcoin has still not broken out of this pattern. By the time I post this video in a few hours from now, it might have already broken out, but it's still worth knowing my Bitcoin targets for this breakout so that you're prepared for where Bitcoin will be going. So as you can see, this neckline on the inverse head and shoulders, I'll actually make it a different color for you so it's easier to see. So yeah, this line here has proven to be some resistance for Bitcoin, as you can see here, here, and right now as I'm recording this video, the Bitcoin price is basically battling this line of resistance as we speak. So at any point now, Bitcoin could literally just break this line of resistance and head straight to $34,000, which will be the next level of resistance. And I've been talking about these levels for days now, so you've had days to prepare for this. And yeah, I myself am just accumulating as much Bitcoin as I possibly can in these areas because I know where Bitcoin's going to be heading in the next few days and weeks. And from what the charts suggest, Bitcoin will head a lot higher soon enough. Another thing that I see on the charts right now that suggests a big move is coming is the fact that the volume is going down. We have depleting volume going into a weekend as well, which by the way, weekends usually have low volume. And then at the start of the week, like Monday, Tuesday, that's when the volume kicks in again, because you have to remember that big institutions are now into crypto, and institutions only trade on weekdays, not weekends. So most likely with this week coming, we'll see a big move. And considering the fact that we're in a bullish pattern right now, this inverse head and shoulders, this big move is much more likely to be to the upside than to the downside. But with that being said, it's still possible that Bitcoin can go to the downside. So while it is much more likely that Bitcoin will break up, once again, you still have to be prepared for if it does go down, because it's still a possibility. And so while I wish I could, I'm never going to go all in at any certain price level. I'll always have just some cash left on the sidelines myself, just in case Bitcoin does take another dip again. But as of right now, I don't have much cash left on the sidelines because yeah, as I mentioned earlier, I've accumulated a lot in these regions. So yeah, my immediate upside target is once again the $34,000 level, but the actual target for this inverse head and shoulders is at around 38,000 US dollars. So if Bitcoin breaks above this neckline, and especially if it breaks above the $34,000 level, then it's almost certainly heading up towards $38,000 before it has its next breather. And honestly, if this scenario plays out, within the next few weeks and months, Bitcoin will enter new all-time highs. Now, in a fully bearish scenario where Bitcoin doesn't break this neckline and just gets a rejection here, my bearish targets for if that happens, which by the way is quite unlikely, but still a possibility, so I'll give you my targets. But yeah, once again, my bearish targets for if this happens is immediately the $31,500 level due to support in these regions here and support back here. But more importantly, the big support for Bitcoin, if it does come back down, is the $30,000 level. That's this yellow line down here that I've mapped on the chart. And as you can see, it's been massive support for Bitcoin all the way back here back here, and just recently on this dip. So it's really important that Bitcoin does hold the $30,000 level. And if that's the case, then Bitcoin will be making higher lows, which is a bullish trend. So yeah, those are all of my Bitcoin targets and Bitcoin levels to watch out for. So with all that being said, let's head over to Ethereum. So right now I've switched it over to the Ethereum US dollar chart. We're on the 1 hour chart, and Ethereum is quite honestly looking extremely bullish. I know that I've said that the last few videos, but it's because I really mean it. Like honestly, I'm bullish on Bitcoin, but I'm even more bullish on Ethereum. I mentioned in my last video that I uploaded just yesterday on the channel that Ethereum is forming this inverse head and shoulders pattern, and I told you all about this pattern forming, and I said that a breakout is imminent, and that's exactly what's happened here. So far, Ethereum has broken out of this pattern, and if you took the trade from around 1,250 all the way to the current price, that's an easy 7% gain within about half a day. So congratulations to everyone that watched my last video and took that trade. If you're still in that trade, then I would be moving my stop loss to the $1,300 level. That's what I personally have done, because the $1,300 level is going to be some massive support for us now. Because I mentioned in the last couple of videos, the $1,300 level is an important level for Ethereum. Provided some support here, some resistance here, a bit of support and resistance here. And if you even go back further, it provided some resistance here and so on. And how we can confirm this breakout is a real breakout is the volume and the retest. Those are my two major ways to determine if a breakout is real. Because sometimes in crypto, what might happen is the price looks like it's breaking out, but then it just forms a quick wick and it immediately comes back down to the downside, and that there's called a fake out. So you don't want to be caught in one of those, obviously. So how you determine if the breakout is actually real is once again by looking at the volume and looking for a retest. So when we got this breakout just here, we did see a nice little spike in volume, which is awesome. That's what we want to see in a breakout. We saw volume come in that exceeded all of the previous levels of volume down here. And that's one major way to confirm that the breakout is real. And yeah, the second way, which is looking for the retest, that has also happened. Ethereum broke out from the head and shoulders above the neckline. It also got above the $1,300 level resistance, which is very important for Ethereum. And not only did it do that, but it came back down to the $1,300 level and got a bounce off that level and continued higher. That bounce is the retest that we needed to confirm that this breakout is real. So yeah, once again, Ethereum is looking incredibly bullish. It's showing a lot of signs on the chart that I'm liking. And I gave you all the opportunity to accumulate a bunch of Ethereum down at these low levels in my last videos. And if you missed out on those lower levels, do not worry, because there's going to be more opportunities to come. Just make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you don't miss this valuable information that I'm letting you guys know. Now I am actually seeing a small fractal play out on the Ethereum chart. If you look back here, the last time Ethereum actually broke above the $1,300 level was right here. And what happened was Ethereum pretty much went vertical in the short term up to around 1,340, and then it came back down to the $1,300 level, got a bounce, and continued to head higher. And if you look at what's happening right now, the exact same thing is happening. Ethereum went pretty much vertical in the short term up to around 1,340, came back down exactly to the $1,300 level, bounced, and continued to head higher. These two scenarios right here are playing out very similar to each other. And scenario number one that's already played out ended up heading up to around 1,440 US dollars per Ethereum. And so as of recording this video right now, Ethereum is at 1,340. So there's still quite a big profit to be made. And honestly, if Ethereum does come back up to these high levels at around 1440 to 1450, that's where the Ethereum all-time high is sitting at. And it's very likely that on the second attempt at breaking the all-time high, that Ethereum will actually break the all-time high. The exact same price action happened with Bitcoin when Bitcoin was testing its $20,000 all-time high. If you remember on the Bitcoin chart, Bitcoin actually came up to around 19,800, and then it got rejected from that level back in December, and then just a couple weeks later it broke the $20,000 all-time high for real. And so a very similar price structure is playing out in Ethereum, and considering that Ethereum's still below its all-time high, this makes for an exceptional buying opportunity if you still haven't bought into Ethereum. Now heading over to the Chainlink chart, we're on the Chainlink US dollar 1 hour chart, and I mentioned in my last video that I uploaded yesterday that Chainlink was forming this same inverse head and shoulders pattern. If you look here, we had a shoulder, we had the head, and then we had the final shoulder, and then we had the breakout. When I recorded yesterday's video, Chainlink had already had the breakout, and it was in the process of coming down to the retest. And I said in the last video that the $22.50 level is a level to watch out for Chainlink. And I said if Chainlink holds that level, then it will head a lot higher. And that is exactly what's happened. Like, honestly, Chainlink is looking incredibly bullish right now. I would say the only bearish thing I can actually see on the charts right now for Chainlink is the fact that a very small head and shoulders is forming on the lower time frames for Chainlink. So this is only really visible on like the 1 hour and 2 hour chart. So it isn't that significant. But if you look, we do have a shoulder, we have a head, and we're forming the final shoulder as of recording this video. So it's really important for Chainlink to hold this level here. And this level right now comes in at around $24 US. Chainlink has to hold that $24 US level in order for it to head into new all-time highs. But apart from that, I really have nothing else bearish to say about Chainlink. It's pretty much just looking completely bullish. And I did mention in my last video, but I'll mention it again. My price target for Chainlink is $28 US. This is for two major reasons. The first reason is what I mentioned in the last video. I said the target for this head and shoulders pattern, if you measure it on the charts, takes you up to around $28 US. And not only that, but also if you take the Fibonacci retracement tool and retrace it from the old high down to the recent bottom here, the next big Fibonacci level is the 161.8% Fibonacci level, and that once again comes in at $28 US. So as of recording this video right now, Chainlink is at around $24.70. So the fact that my price target for Chainlink is at $28, there's still some big profits to be made. And honestly, my longer term targets for Chainlink towards the end of the year, I'm targeting the triple digit range. And if you haven't bought into Chainlink yet, I myself would be dollar cost averaging. And now finally, let's head over to the Litecoin US dollar chart. We're on the 1 hour Litecoin chart. And yeah, once again, I got a few suggestions in the comments on the last video saying review Litecoin and do some technical analysis on Litecoin. And I seriously read and reply to all of your comments. And if you make a good suggestion, I turn it into a video like this. And I notice a few of you have asked me to cover some more trading videos and to do some like trading tutorials, and also to show what wallets and interest accounts that I use. So those are the sort of videos that I will be making on the channel within the next few weeks. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you don't miss any of those future videos. But yeah, anyway, back to Litecoin. So right now, Litecoin is looking pretty interesting. In the short term, it's looking very flat right now. It's currently forming a perfect sideways channel, as you can see just here. And the support for this channel comes in at around $136 US. And the resistance for this channel comes in at around $143 US. So as of the last couple of days, it's pretty much just been going sideways, which is perfectly fine. It actually makes for a good accumulation level, because if you take into account the direction of the price in which it headed into this pattern, it bounced from this bottom here, as you can see. And normally in these sideways patterns, it's almost like a 50-50 chance whether it breaks up or down. It's not necessarily bullish or bearish, but what can often sway the probabilities of the breakout is the direction that the price took when it entered this price pattern. So yeah, once again, Litecoin headed up into this pattern, and so it's slightly more likely to break up to the outside when it exits this pattern. Because as the saying goes, the trend is your friend. And right now in the short term, Litecoin has entered a bullish trend. So I'll be keeping an eye on those support and resistance levels that I just told you. And my exact price targets for Litecoin is as follows. So how to measure the breakout of these patterns is a simple AB equals CD. So you take the move up into this pattern, and that's the AB line, and you simply drag that line over to the end of the pattern, and that's the CD line, and that gives you the price target for the breakout. And this price target all the way up here comes in at around $156 US. And so as of recording this video, Litecoin's at around $141 US. So there's some awesome profits still to be made with Litecoin. But yeah, anyway, that's just about everything I have to say for this video. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure to leave a like on the video down below and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And make sure you turn on notifications as well so you don't miss any of my uploads, because sometimes YouTube might not really notify you that I uploaded a new video if you don't have notifications turned on. And yeah, once again, I really appreciate all of the support that you have all been giving me on the channel as of recent. It seriously means a lot to me, and yeah, I read all of your comments as well. So if you have any questions, feedback, or suggestions, just quickly type it up in a comment down below and I will get back to you as soon as possible. And if a bunch of people make the same suggestion for a video in the future, then I will be sure to make that video on the channel. But yeah, with all that being said, that's just about everything I have to say for the video. I really hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.